And next is a report from Legislative Liaison, Patty Wiggins.
There's a lot going on from that perspective. Governor Ted Strickland outlined the possibility of drastic budget cuts if Ohio does not receive federal help for its looming budget deficit. Strickland announced last week that Ohio still faces a budget deficit this fiscal year in the amount of $640 million. For the upcoming fiscal year 2010-2011 budget, there is a projected $7.3 billion shortfall, even if flat funding is maintained. The Office of Budget Management has asked agencies to plan on 10% less funding over the biennium, which would still equate to about $4.7 billion shortfall. The governor has appealed for a $5 billion federal block grant to help bail out Ohio's ailing state budget as part of a $100 billion federal aid package for states. OSBA is encouraging all school officials to contact their members of Congress in support of federal assistance to states, and that it should be in the form of block grants to allow states the most flexibility in this difficult time. It's critical to note that the United States is facing one of the most difficult economic times in our history, and in order to keep the country's economy from total collapse, the federal government must provide assistance to the states. Our state faces in its next biennial budget a deficit between $5 and $7 billion after it reduces $640 million in its current budget. Federal aid to the states should be done in a block grant manner, as the states face different issues and they need the flexibility to address their individual needs. This is probably the worst crisis we've been in for a very long time, and if you look at some of the stuff that I've been able to pull off the internet from OSBA, it looks like it could even be a 25% funding cut for Ohio Department of Education. It's major. So the best thing we can do right now is ask for help from the federal government, and contacting Congress is the way to do that. Wish I had better news.
Aren't they also talking about doing away with the Ohio Department of Education?
It's a possibility.
Hmm.